What's up guys, it's Nofsky with Academia Audio, and today I'm going to show you how I made this. Alright guys, well that was it. This is a little deep house song that I put together, poolside, Miami, South Beach type song. Super basic. I wanted to put this together for you guys just so I can show you truly how simple a lot of these songs can be and give you the exact guide on how you can go home and create your own deep house song if that's your jam. So kicking things off, we have the bass bus, and this is what that sounds like. So a few different layers here. I have my sub layer, and I'm just using a preset from the Kashmir Dharma pack, and it is the sub 3, and that is pretty much it. I have a compressor on here. Those are my settings. I have some R bass, mono. Those are my settings. And then I have the EQ per usual, and I'm just keeping it in the pocket. I always talk about this pretty much in every video. It's probably getting annoying at this point, but always separate your sub. By separating your sub, you can put it in this little pocket right here. It can be nice and tight and consistent throughout the whole track. And then by having other layers, you're able to manipulate those without compromising the low end and making it super muddy. So that is all the processing I have going on my sub. Next, I have my mid bass, and that is another preset from WA Productions. You can see right here. And these are the settings for that. Those are the effects. And then as far as processing, I have a little bit of decapitator on there. And then I have another EQ, chopping it at 190, getting rid of all these sub frequencies. We don't want those because we already have a sub. So this is what that sounds like on its own. So nice and spunky. I think that's a word. Nice and spunky. The next layer is a high layer. And this is the preset again, WA Productions. And these are the settings. You guys want to copy that? And then I just have a EQ going on there. I guess there was a frequency I didn't like there, so cutting off some of those lows, cutting off some of the highs, and have a dynamic bell cut right here, just silencing that frequency. Next, I have a little bit of saturation going on. And then I have Endless Smile for automation purposes. We can check out what's going on there. Yeah, so right when it enters into the drop, it has a little washout effect. You guys can hear that really quick. Then it goes to more dry when the drop hits, or I guess when it goes into, when the drums come in. So that's all going on there, and then you might be wondering, yo, what is this other one here? Why do you have two highs? Well, I thought it'd be cool to kind of drop this one an octave when it got to the second part to give it a dramatic effect. Now, whether that's an extreme dramatic effect or subtle, it doesn't really matter. I thought it sounded good, and that is what this one sounds like. It's just a duplicate of that layer. But it's just down one of the octaves on, or it's down an octave on one of the oscillators. So that is that, and that pretty much wraps up the bass bus. Next we have the synth bus, and for this I'm just using a piano, and you can see I went into so much detail here. It's just a piano. Again, I wanted to make this super basic because having the bare bones of a track, then you go in and you add effects and you add your own sauce and everything and make it your own. Right now, this track is very basic, very straightforward, but still sounds very solid. Now, if I were to release this track, I would probably take it a few extra steps and kind of make it more unique. Right now, it sounds pretty basic, like I said. But yeah, I just have a piano going on. For the layers, I have the bass kind of start to peek in a little bit around the pre-chorus. And yeah, so that is the whole synth bus as of right now. Next is the drum bus. This one I had a lot of fun doing. So technically the drop starts right here, but I ended up not hitting the drums until right here just to give it that dramatic effect like I was talking about. And I bring in a clap right here for the build up. And so we can go ahead and listen to the drums really quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So drums are so fun, you know, they establish the groove for the track. And you can do a lot of really cool things with the drums, and I kind of demoed that outside of just the basic kick and then the clap, you know, and a few times I double timed it, or I had a little stutters and everything. It was really the perks that kind of, I feel, set these drums apart. Just kind of those off-time hits. I was kind of going for the tropical house kind of drum groove. And yeah, super basic, just have a lot of different perks going on and just kind of threw them in there full send. And that is the groove that I came out with. Besides that, I have some open hat hidden, so. So super basic, very next to none processing. I just have a little bit of R comp on the drum bus. And that is it. Again, if you want to copy these settings, you can. Just don't do the threshold because that's going to be partial to your own drums. You pretty much want to bring this down. I like to bring this down until the kick is peaking right at 3. Let's see how I did. Yeah, so it's just hitting right at that 3 dB, and then I boosted it back to its original gain, because anytime you compress something, you're going to lose a few dBs, and we don't want to boost this to add volume. We want to put it back to where it originally was. So that wraps up the drum bus. And as far as the effects, outside of the vocals, I just found this vocal off of Splice. No, that is not my voice, obviously. I have a little echo going on. I have a sweep, and I have a riser, and I have an airlock. You could call it a transition or a riser to an impact. And then a little string drone in the background just to kind of give it some more atmosphere. But yeah, that pretty much wraps up this whole song, guys. Super straightforward, super basic. Anybody can do this, you know, and it's at this point that separates people, because now you can take this basic track and then you can expand on it and make it your own and make it super unique. And that's what sets you apart. But just having a good solid idea, good chord progression, good melody. Are you still thinking about that melody as you fall asleep at night? You know, how catchy is it? And things like that. Those are so important when putting together a song. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions or comments, or if there's something else, another genre that you want me to review, or a remake or something, please put that down in the comments below. You guys have a blessed day, and peace.